to day number 12 of this 21-day girl challenge. I'm so happy you're back here with me today for a full body workout. Let's do it. Full body workout with a plank. Again, a 1 minute and 30-second plank. In this 21 days, we will eventually be doing a 2-minute plank. Again, you can do some of these movements down on your knees. So we're gonna start 30-second high plank. We're then gonna do 30-second levels up, up, down, down. Remember, you can bring your knees down towards the mat, and then we're gonna finish in a 30-second forearm plank. Take your time, take some breaks when you need to, and we're gonna get started in 3, in 2, in 1. So remember, we do start in a high plank hold. You can walk your feet further away from one another just to gain a little bit more stability. But now, if you do have your feet together, I want to see if you can squeeze your ankles together so that you're squeezing the legs, even the inner thighs. Everything's engaged in your high plank. Draw the low belly in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the glutes together. We're going to go into those levels in 3, in 2, in 1. So you go down, down, up, up. You can be on your knees for this. Make sure that you're exhaling. You're breathing through it. 20 seconds. Up, up, down, down. Really starting to be conscious of which hand is pushing up first. Trying to see if we can just reverse it every single time. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The final 30 seconds, we are meeting in this forearm plank. Really making sure you're squeezing everything together. One straight line, draw the lower belly in. Good, breathing through this, unclench your teeth. Make sure you're not dropping the head all the way down. Let's keep some length in our spine. Chin away from our chest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going into some bridges next. Instead of starting in our regular glute bridge, we are going to start with our toes and heels about 6 inches apart, except we're going to start with that alternating leg. We did this once before. So we're going to bring our hips up. You're going to lift one leg down, one leg up, one leg down, and then so on, so forth. Eventually we're going to pulse and then pulse to the other side. So remember, we're looking for one straight line. Keep the shoulder blades down. Draw the lower belly in. Core is engaged the entire time to protect the low back. Squeeze the glutes. All right, so starting with our hips up towards the ceiling in 3, in 2, in 1. So you lift one leg up, lower it down, other leg, lower it down. So especially in these alternate legs, it's very important to keep our hips stabilized, to keep the glutes really strong and engaged. So you're squeezing them together the entire time. And again, as I mentioned, we're really engaging the core because we want to keep everything stabilized. We don't want to move our hips up and down. It's very important to keep the core engaged to protect the lower back and just really keep everything stabilized. Just a couple more movements up and down. We go up and lower. We're going to eventually keep one leg up towards the ceiling. Tiny little pulses before we move, and we pulse the other leg in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. One leg up. We pulse it, pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One leg down, other leg. You pulse it, pulse. Press the big toe down towards your mat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg down, bring your hips down, bring the knees in towards the chest. Now our second round of bridges, we're just going to bring our feet together. In this one, you might notice that your hips can't come up quite as high. That's okay. You can have your arms by your side so the feet stay together, the legs, the knees stay together in 3, in 2, in 1. You go up and lower, up and down. We squeeze and lower, we squeeze and lower. So keeping our feet together, and especially keeping our legs together here, we are really emphasizing the work of our inner thighs. Up and down. You go up and down. Coming up into some heel raises. Get ready for that in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Hips up, heels go down and up. You got it. Down and up. So I really want us to start to pay attention. Have our knees come apart. Let's keep them really glued tight together. We really have to consciously think about keeping our legs together so that we're really working within our inner thighs. We're also paying attention to our hips. We do want to keep our hips elevated, so you're squeezing the glutes tight together. Core is super strong. We're going to go back to moving our hips up and down in 3, in 2, in 1. Keep your heels high. Hips go down and up. Woo, down and up. Now, as we bring our hips down and up, can we bring and keep our heels together? A lot of times they come apart. Can you keep your legs squeezed together? The next thing we're going to do is move our knees in and out in 3, 2, 1. You keep your hips lifted, your knees go out and in, woo, out and in. You got it. Out and in. Breathe. Out and in. Especially when you bring your legs back together, feel your inner thighs on fire. Good. You go in and out. You go in and out. All right, final move. Let's bring our legs or knees back together. Pulse your hips up towards the ceiling in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Knees together. We pulse and pulse. Woo, pulse and pulse. Good. Keep your heels up in just a couple of moments. We're going to bring our heels back down, pulse for a couple more seconds, and we're done with this movement. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Bring your knees in towards the chest. That's it for our bridges for right now. Awesome. Let's move into our core. So for today, we're going to go into our tabletop crunches where we lower our feet. So interlacing your hands behind your head, I really want you to lift the shoulder blades as you come and crunch elbows and knees together, and then you really bring everything apart, trying to tap your heels as far away from your glutes as possible, but still maintain the low back down towards your mat. So you're going to do that for 20 seconds. We're really activating the entire core here. And then for 10 seconds afterwards, you give me a hold. So really holding everything together before you do it again. We're going to do 3 rounds. Then we're going to bring our feet down towards the mat. You're going to give me 3 rounds of normal crunches, 20 seconds, a 10-second pulse. 3 rounds of those before we go and do another 3 rounds of our tabletop crunches while lowering the legs. Okay, it's gonna feel juicy in our core. It's awesome. This is one of my favorite core exercises because we're really targeting the whole entire core in that one movement. So get ready for that in 3, in 2, in 1. So crunch everything together and then bringing apart. Exhale as you crunch in. Inhale as you come back out. You don't have to go fast, but remember, I need you to keep the low back pressed down towards your mat. So paying attention to that in 3, in 2, in 1. You hold everything together. You can really cradle your head in your hands. Otherwise, maybe you bring your arms out. Good for 3, for 2, for 1 again. So it's 20 seconds. When we bring everything to touch, you're really activating upper and middle core. And then when you bring everything apart and you tap your legs down towards the mat, we're activating the low core. So full core activated. 3, and 2, and 1. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final set of this round. Remember, we are going to be doing 3 more rounds afterwards, keeping the low back pressed down towards your mat. You have 10 more seconds. Woo, really trying to crunch everything together for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down. Let's do this. Up and down. You got it. Up and down. So feet about 6 inches apart, hip distance apart. Your toes are facing forward. You're looking up towards the ceiling. So you're keeping some space between your chin and your chest. You have a pulse coming up in 3, 2, 1. You pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds, 2 more rounds. You got this. Up and down, up and down. Good. So breathing through this, you don't have to follow my own pace. Remember, you can go at your own pace. I really want to make sure that instead of thinking about how many reps can we do, how much can you control the movement? How much can you breathe through this movement? 3, 2, 1. You pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. Let's do this. Down and up. You go down and up. Breathe. Can you exhale every time you come up? Can you lift the shoulder blades up just a little bit higher? You're almost there. We're almost at that final pulse. Stay with it. Breathe for 3, for 2, for 1. Let's pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming up to standing, let's work a little bit of our legs. You're gonna have one leg forward, one leg behind. Now instead of coming into an upright lunge, we're gonna be coming into more of a runner's lunge. So really shifting the weight forward. So whatever foot you have forward, all of the weight is pretty much there. We wanna really be able to have our back leg rather, quite light, because you're gonna bring the knee in and back. You go in and back without shifting the weight too much. We're gonna do that for 20 seconds. Then we're gonna come in upright position and you're gonna give me a pulse before we go right back, and then we come in and back. If that gets too much, you can always have your hands down towards the mat as you bring the knee in and back, in and back. All right, but all of the weight is in that front leg. It's just gonna be 3 rounds. We're gonna switch up 3 rounds of mountain climbers before we go and we do it on the other side. Let's do this in 3, in 2, in 1. So you go in and back, you go in and back. So really making sure that you are really bringing all that weight forward, so you're not in that upright position. We're really kind of shifting our weight, tilting forward for 3, for 2, for 1. Now we come upright and you give me tiny little pulses. Core is strong in this lunge position. 3 and 2 and 1. Weight forward, you go in and back, you go in and back. Breathe. In and back, weight forward, in and back. Tilt forward, core strong, all the weight in that front foot for 3, for 2, for 1. You come up, pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. You go in and back, in and back. Maybe exhale every single time you bring the knee or the leg, the foot rather, my goodness, can't talk, in towards you. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. This is it. So our final pulse on this side, can we come down just a bit lower? We pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it. Coming down towards your mat just to give our legs a bit of a rest and work some cardio, low impact cardio. We're going to go into 3 rounds of mountain climbers. So coming into a high plank position, you just bring the knee in and in. You can take it slow, maybe go a bit fast, 20 seconds, 10-second rest 3 times. Setting up for that in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. In and in, maybe in. Go at your own pace. Push the floor away from you. Chin is away from your chest. Working the cardio. Draw the lower belly in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Either rest in child's pose. Just take a second. You have your second round in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. In. Exhale, exhale. Or take it slow. You can go slow, fast, whatever works for you. Weight forward, maintaining a neutral spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. You have that final round. Mountain climbers are such a good exercise to really work on our cardio. All right, get that heart rate up in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. In. Breathe through it. Power through. You can do anything for 20 seconds. Set your minds to it. You're way stronger than you think. Look at this. You have less than 10 seconds. All we've got in these last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So coming back up, we're gonna do those 3 rounds on the opposite leg. Remember, instead of this upright position, you're really tilting forward, all the weight in the front foot as you bring the foot in and back. Set up for that. You got this. 3 and 2 and 1. Let's do this. In and back. You go in and back. Remember, you can have that positioning with your hands down towards the mat, but the most important thing here is that we're really not shifting the weight back and forth. We're really stabilizing. All that weight's forward. You have that 10-second pulse in 3, in 2, in 1. Upright, we pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. Breathe through this. Pulse for 3, for 2, for 1. Weight forward. We go in and back. We go in and back. Woo! Breathing through the burn. So if you are really shifting all of that weight forward, it gets pretty intense right away. Good. In and back for 3, for 2, for 1. You go pulse and pulse. I always find it's a bit of a balancing issue here. Upright position, pulse. You have that final round in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. In and back. In and back. Breathe. In and back. Stay low. Weight forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final time to activate our arms. We're gonna go into a 20-second shoulder tap. These shoulder taps can be on your knees, on your legs, with a 10-second push-up. I'm gonna go into a wide push-up, but whatever works for you. 10-second rest. We're doing this 3 times. Take it at your own pace. You can be on your knees, on your legs, or on your toes. In 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. Tap and tap, tap and tap. You don't have to go fast. You can go super slow if you want. Again, you can be on your knees. Maybe give it a try on your toes and come down towards your knees. In 3, in 2, in 1. It's just a 10-second push-up. You can be on your knees for this, remember, on your legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have a couple of seconds here. So you can always give it a try on your toes, then switch down to your knees, then switch down to your legs, just to see how far you can go, challenging ourselves every time. 3 and 2 and 1. Let's do this. Tap and tap, tap and tap. Breathe. Maybe exhale every single time you tap your shoulder. You have your push-ups coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Down and up. You go down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Alrighty, good news. We have just one final round. Stay with it. Remember, you can start down your knees, on your legs, but let's finish strong. You're almost done with this. This is the last time we work our arms. In 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. Tap, tap, breathe, tap, and tap. You got it. Last couple seconds. Don't quit on me yet. Tap and tap. All right, guys. Final push-up coming up in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Push-ups. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. activating our glutes a little bit more with 2 more rounds of bridges. Let's come into our wide-legged bridge. So feet wider than the hips, toes pointing out. Arms by the side of the body in 3, in 2, in 1. You lift up and down, you lift up and down. Bridges are such an amazing exercise to really target our glutes, our legs, our core is working as well. It's an amazing body weight exercise, especially in these HIIT style workouts, because we're really getting into those tiny muscles in our glutes, in our legs, inner thighs, all of it, and we're really working them to our maximum. So you don't actually have to use a weight, but if you are, you can have it right here. Maybe as you do it a little bit more, perhaps the next time you add a weight. I definitely feel like in these full body workouts, but especially in this 21-day challenge, we don't actually need any weights. It's pretty tough without them, with just our body weight. All right, so we are gonna go into moving our knees in and out in 3, in 2, in 1. Hips up, your knees go in and out. We go in and out. Breathe in and out. Good. In and out. The next thing we're going to do is tiny little pulses out to the side with our knees. Stay with it. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We pulse out to the side. You pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. We're going to pulse our hips up towards the ceiling. Getting ready for that in 3, in 2, in 1. We pulse it up and up, up and up. Breathe. Can you lift your hips up just a bit higher? Can you make your pulse just a little bit smaller so you're really, really, really pulsing the glutes, feeling that burn for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring your knees in towards the chest. Good news. You have just 1 more round of bridges. Let's come into our diamond shaped bridges. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. The knees come apart. If this is too much, you can just go right back into that variation of a wide-legged bridge. Give it a try if you can. Otherwise, you can also just give me a normal bridge with your feet 6 inches apart. Let's do this. Last one. 3 and 2 and 1. We go up and down, up and down. I don't know what it is about this variation of a bridge, but it gets me every time. Every time I do it, my legs just, they feel that burn, they start to shake. I love that feeling because I'm working really hard, but I don't know what it is about this variation of a bridge. You can let me know if you feel the same. All right, so just a couple more movements, couple more moments. Stay with it, breathe through it. Up and down, you go up and down. Let's move our knees in and out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted in, whoo, and out, in and out. Breathe in and out, in and out. It's this movement that gets me every time. You go out and in, breathe out and in. Hips up, glutes tight, core strong. You're breathing. You go in and out. Just one final move and we're done with our bridges. You're nearly done your workout. Stay with me. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Knees out. We pulse it up and up and up and up. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Just like that, this is going to be your final exercise, targeting our inner thighs one final time. Bottom leg is extended. You're going to bring your top foot up and over so the sole of the foot is touching the mat. Resting on your forearms, you can also cradle your head in your hands, putting your whole body down on the mat. Flex your toes in towards the face. All you're going to do is tiny little circles one direction. I'll tell you to switch the direction before we come. Bring your leg as high as you can, and then you're going to give me tiny little pulses. All right, in 3, in 2, in 1, tiny circles. So the reason why we really flex our toes of the bottom leg in towards our face is so that we can have our leg be as strong and as engaged as we can, okay? So avoiding a bend in the knee, we want to lengthen the leg as much as we can. always hovering the leg over the mat. So don't even let it touch your mat. When you bring your leg up, bring it as high towards your opposite inner thigh as you can. Switching directions in 3, in 2, in 1, you switch directions. Again, every time you lift the leg up, you're bringing it as high as you can. It doesn't have to be very fast, but really engaging our inner thigh. I love doing this exercise. All right, so we have that final pulse. Breathing through it, getting ready in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stay lifted, pulse it up and up and up and up. Can you bring your leg up just a bit higher? Woo! And then pulse it just a little bit more. Breathing through that pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know if the camera could see that, but my leg was shaking. Let's switch our direction or switch legs. Get ready with the opposite leg in 3, in 2, in 1. Tiny circles. So again, remember you're flexing your toes in towards the face, trying to keep the leg as straight as you can, keeping the leg as engaged as you can. When you lift the leg up, bring it as high as you can. So every time you lift the leg up high, you're feeling that work of the inner thigh. Switching directions in 3, in 2, in 1, you're switching directions. Breathing through this. You know this is the last exercise we're doing for this full body workout. Amazing work. Day number 12. I'm so happy you made it this far. You know, we only have a couple days left of this 21-day challenge, and you're doing absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of you. So let's finish this full body workout on a high note. 3, and 2, and 1. Stay lifted. Pulse it up and up and up and up. Tiny little pulses. Flex your toes in towards the face. Now, can you bring your leg up just a little bit higher? Yes, you can. Pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing work for day number 12. I'm so happy you made it this far. Please take a second to really give yourself a nice stretch, and I'll see you tomorrow for day number 13.